Hey everybody, it is August the 3rd, 2021. Sometimes we put all this YouTube-y stuff aside and we just say, hey, human issues happen here with a lot of the nomads, former nomads, and we just want to wish our best wishes to some people. We joke around and call her Camper Carol, but her true channel name is Carolyn, and if you've watched this channel, we've had some issues, and we won't get into all that, but she posts up a new video today. My heart is breaking. Her mother is in bad health up in Washington State and is in a hospice, and so we are wishing all our best wishes to Carolyn and her mother, and Carolyn said she will be heading up there to be with her. So it's a tough time, and we send all our good vibes to Carolyn and her mom and the rest of the family. We also, TVB Television 5 in Boston, a Saugus, Massachusetts woman has died of heat-related illness on a hike up Camelback Mountain in Phoenix. Now, we've also had some other reports earlier this summer of people, of another woman that passed away hiking around Grand Canyon up there in northern Arizona. This is another incident. The woman is identified as Angela Tremonte, 31, of Saugus, Massachusetts. She was in Phoenix for the first time visiting her boyfriend, who she met on Instagram about 2 months ago. First responders say the pair went for a hike on Echo Canyon Trail, which leads up to Camelback Mountain, but the boyfriend said she became overheated halfway up the trail and turned around while he continued to the summit. I don't know. The high temperature in Phoenix that day, that was last Friday, the 30th, was 104 degrees. That's 30th of July. 104 degrees. When the woman's companion returned to their vehicle at the trailhead, he was then able to find her, and he called 911. Tremonte was found passed away by an officer outside a home near the mountain. Firefighters believe she was attempting to reach someone for help before she collapsed. Very sad, very sad. Again, be very, very careful about hiking in very hot temperatures, especially 104 degrees. The heat can get you fast. And reading this story, he should have accompanied her back to the car or wherever she was going, back to where they had parked, and not let her walk back by herself. But hey, that's another issue, so we won't get into that. Anyway, wow. Hey, some more. This is actually some good news now. We've had some bad news here. Now let's do some good news. The I-40 bridge in Memphis has reopened after almost a month of closure there. So that is a big link between the East and West United States. I-40 travels all the way from Wilmington, North Carolina to Barstow, California. Goes through places, like Arkansas, Oklahoma City, where who is Camp Her Marie has just passed west through Oklahoma City. So she's on her way to her new camping job somewhere out west. But anyway, so now you can drive from Wilmington, North Carolina, all the way to Barstow, California, through Flagstaff and all that stuff without having to stop for a red light. I can't guarantee there will be no traffic jams on it, but for a while there, you had to detour off of I-40 there in Memphis because they were noticing some serious bridge cracks on the bridge there for I-40 there over the Mississippi River. They had to repair all that, and it was a mess going through the city and crossing, I think it was a Route 55 bridge further down the river, and it was a pain, and there were a lot of traffic jams there. But anyway, so the folks there that take I-40 across the country, it is back open all the way now. All right, we have a new one from Bex the Cat Herder, which is pretty much a review for a certain electrical product, the Balder 500. But if you go to the 14-minute 30 mark in her video there, she talks about some medical transplants. She had a gum transplant. I didn't know that. She said, I didn't know you could even do that. So they did transplant her gum from one part of her mouth to another part of her mouth, and she talks about that, and everything's gone well, and she's doing better. But man, oh man, I don't know. All our best to Bex, and hope everything heals up just fine. Hey, let's do a few letters here on the 3rd of August 2021. Sunny Girl says, I can see where a bread truck properly arranged could make a great nomadic vehicle. Good luck to Paul and his gal. Paul Barger there. Yeah. Again, you get some of these, schoolies, which, whatever, schoolie repurposed, an ambulance repurposed, a bread truck repurposed. You can stand up in them. They're tall. I don't know. There's quite a few advantages to that. But as Paul has realized, it's a lot of work, and there's been a lot of repairs to be made. And he says online panhandling is killing the YouTube medium. No kidding. Adverts on the channel is one thing. Even memberships are fine too. But it's the live streams, the PayPal links, the Patreon, the merch, the product shilling, and lamenting the disconnect between income and expenses that kills the viewing experience of all these channels. If the product is worth paying for, people would be paying. You don't have to casually remind them. Gardner D. Aguilar says, yeah. I always compare a beggar to a busker. A busker will entertain with a tip jar in front of them. A beggar will have a sign in front of them that more or less says, woe is me, I need money. That's true. That's true. Oh, yeah, we were talking about that. Trent and Allie had their gender reveal for the baby, and they popped open that little firecracker thing, and blue came out, so I guess blue little pieces of paper, so I guess it's a boy. Rip Snorton said last year in Southern California, some people had a gender reveal party and they ended up burning 22,000 acres of forest. I do remember that. A big fire that I guess sparks came out of the firecracker thing. I remember that. That was really crazy, huh? Larry at 5280 says, contrary to what some people believe, it's a free country, and you can donate if you want and don't if you don't. Yeah, again, it's a free country, and you make up your mind whether people are worth, certain YouTubers are worth, certain people you see on television are worth sending them money or not. It's totally up to you, right? But again, what we try to do on this channel is at least try to give you some background information about some of these people and help you to better make up your mind. And that's okay too, right? H.E. McGee says, don't accuse people of subtle e-begging when they're just trying to answer a viewer question, Dave. Again, how much did this cost? Again, I'm not accusing you of being an e-beggar, but I am saying some people might see you as, subtly e-begging. I'm just saying that. It's what people probably are thinking. Clearskin the Creeper says, Paul Barger, the bread truck guy, is one of the most down-to-earth, coolest people I've ever met. He was very welcoming to me when I went to meet up with him and Into the Mystery 13 and Evie Nova. Wow, Clearsky's hanging out with some big names there on the bottom of YouTube. Paul was one of the first people to walk up and introduce himself. That's very nice, Paul Barger, yeah. Hey, Paul, if you ever come down I-40 in Western North Carolina, Whopper meal for you and your girlfriend. Oh yeah, on Camo Dave. GB Moose says, my cable provider wants another $14.86 per month if I want to keep watching Camo Dave. That's pretty cheap. Jeez, cable bills can be $200-300 for $14.86, and you can get all the Camo Dave you need. That's a great deal. Go for it, GB Moves. 057 blank says, I will say that I cut the cable cord to save money. If I paid for all the content creators in any of various forms afforded me by them, I would be broke. I've talked to some people that watch YouTube and they've cut their cable cord, but the money they're saving on cable, they feel like, okay, I can spend some of that on some of the YouTubers that I like, which makes some sense, I guess. Leisure continues. Also, I would have to say that I do not actually learn anything from these creators. At least on the cable, the content is professional and the documentaries are well researched. Well, not always. There's a couple History Channel documentaries that have been roundly trashed, and rightly so, but we won't get into that. If people feel my watching some other advertising is not sufficient, I will go back to cable, as it would be cheaper. Well, again, what is your cable bill? $200-300? I don't know. Again, nobody's forcing you to watch anything, and nobody's forcing you to pay for anything either. Rick Petticord says, more to the point is the how dare you attitude some YouTubers have when you mildly question their actions and motivations. It's comical how upset they get when you dare to doubt the one truth that they would have you accept as gospel. There are many potential... Okay, I'm not going to mention that guy's name, the religious guy down in Guyana. He's comparing some YouTubers to that. I think that's a little much, but what the heck? Finally, Wrestling Ernest Hemingway says people should have to pay him every time he comments. I'll comment, but I want 10 cents for every comment I leave. Anyway, yeah, I got a Jersey Mike sub. It was good, but it's churning around down there a little bit. Anyway, hey everybody, thank you so much for watching. It is the 3rd of August 2021. Thanks for watching. You have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. Vlog under.